great place to put a body. You need to decompose completely. A lot of people look for him, you know, but we never found a trace of Seaver. Looked to the right, between the kitchen and the living room, laid Ben. Found Andy in bed, bloated. Found a will where Ben left everything to Andy. Andy left everything to Ben. It's all goofed up. Anyway, nothing was signed.
Hurt. Grand.
Do we need to stop
Cash.
this? Again, they're talking about money.
Oh my God.
Yes!
Oh my
Oh
God.
my god, look how bright it is.
It's going off again. It's going off.
That is insane. I've never seen it go like that. You tried to cover up an accident, didn't you?
Down.
Did you hide him?
Basement.
So no, we'll never know where the hell Seaver went.
Hey, what's going on? It's Josh, and we're getting ready for another paranormal exploration video. And this time, I feel like we're at the main course of the entire season. We are at the Cottonwood Inn in Empire, Michigan. Tammy and Dawn helping us out on this one. You know, and I know for everybody who's been watching it, it seems like we just saw each other like a couple weeks ago, but it's been
July.
Since July. So, and then introduce everybody to Dawn.
So Dawn's been my friend since like forever.
I've been here once before, and that was probably about 10 years ago. Our plan was to spend the night. So much stuff happened, I drove the entire 2 hours home. But tonight, I've got no choice. I drove about 5 hours, and you're brave regardless, so.
Yep.
And Dawn, I don't know Dawn very well, but I'm assuming you already picked your room out.
Which she picked the most haunted room in the whole house.
Yes, and we'll explain all that coming up in just a little bit with a little bit of history. But then we got some other buildings behind us too. We got the big barn we were allowed to park in, and then the carriage house. So with that, we're gonna check this place out. I'm gonna pick my room, and we'll give you a little bit of history on this as well. The Cottonwood Inn is located in Empire, Michigan. It's a town of about 400 people located in northern Michigan along the Lake Michigan shoreline where the Sleeping Bear sand dunes are. But the story starts in Norway. Andrew and Randy Rowan, who immigrated from Norway. When Andrew moved to the area, he started working at the sawmills. He eventually opened a saloon that he ran for about 30 years, and he acquired a 133-acre farm and orchard. They raised 5 kids. 2 of them got married, moved away, but 3 of them remained bachelors and lived their entire lives together. And that's where the meat of the story is, between the 3 sons, Andy, Ben, and Seaver. The 3 brothers lived in the house until the day they died. Well, at least 2 of them did for sure. And the mystery starts in 1977 when Seaver, who was 75, had an argument with his brothers and went missing, never to be found. He was officially declared dead 8 years after he went missing, only when Ben and Andy were found dead inside the home.
Seaver was getting senile. I had 2 run-ins with Seaver. One, he came to town, he went down to the end of the street to Fred Salisbury's Ace Hardware. Said, the boys are trying to get me and I need help. So Fred and Seaver stopped back up to my station, and Fred says, they're trying to get Seaver and they won't let him back in the house or something. And then Fred said, will you go up there with me? So I said, yep, let's go. So we went up, walked around the house, knocked on all the doors, nobody answered. So we went to the south end of the house. There's a double doors where you can go into the basement, But we didn't know you couldn't get from the basement to the main floor. So we wandered around the basement. I said, Fred, did you hear that? We heard footsteps upstairs. So we walked out of the house, went to the north side of the house, which that nice porch is. I walked up on the door, knocked on the door, and Ben opened the door. Siebert was standing off the porch. And he said, God damn it, Siebert, I told you, don't bother us when we're working. Now go out in the orchard and rake or do something. And Siebert was shaking so violently. It was quite intimidating. But then he disappeared in July of '77. A lot of people looked for him, but we never found a trace of Siebert.
If you dig into the story, everybody speculates on what possibly happened. Some people said due to his mental state, he walked away, maybe he got lost in the woods and passed away there. Others say that maybe he fell into the cistern, and some even claim that Ben and Andy had something to do with it.
A good friend of mine I played golf with for 30 years said the boys always told him they were going to bury Siebert in the septic tank system. That would have been a great place to put a body, and he decomposed completely. I thought he might have been in that old silo that was out in back, and I put the door up in that silo and that thing slipped down and about cut my fingers off. But,
Yeah.
Nope, he's not in here either, so no, we'll never know where the hell Siebert went.
8 years after Siebert went missing, he was finally declared dead. And that happened when his two remaining brothers, Andy and Ben, were found dead inside the house.
Of course, the smell when you open the door was pretty hard to deny. Look to the right, between the kitchen and the living room, laid Ben, looking right up at that golden eagle on top of a coin-operated music box. And I went back toward the bathroom to look, and Gary said, I'll go check the bedroom, and he found Andy in bed, bloated pretty bad. He'd been dead almost a week, probably.
Theories say that Andrew died first due to medical conditions, Ben shortly after because Andy wasn't there to help him. Shortly after their deaths, people were hired to come into the house, inventory all the items for auction, and found over $100,000 worth of cash. Now, the unsolved portion of this story alone is enough to captivate people, but the paranormal history is even more insane, considering the amount of people that passed away in this house. Ben and Andy, the nurse passed away in the house, the grandmother passed away in the house, and Randy, the mother, her funeral was held in this house. People staying at the Cottonwood Inn claim they've heard thumping, they've seen apparitions, strong EVPs have been captured. Some say at night you can hear a music box playing. By the way, there's no music box whatsoever in this house. In recent investigations, people have been scratched, and more than one psychic has been drawn to the basement, where there's a rumor that Ben may have had something to do with Siebert's death, and that Siebert was buried somewhere on the property, possibly in the basement itself. So with that, you're on board for one of the wildest rides that we've done on this channel yet. The Cottonwood Inn in Empire, Michigan, where psychic medium Tammy Schuster and I didn't just stay one night, we stayed 2 nights in a row. And yes, it's absolutely insane. Enjoy. Oh, the stove. I remember the stove.
Yes, that's the original stove that the Rowans cooked at.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this creepy living room. So this apparently was the mother's room. And you said it was old-timey music we heard in here last time?
Yeah, and it's the one that sounds like you wind up the music playing. But yeah, we heard music and no one was in here. And I think other guests have reported music from this room too.
See if anything. Creepy old mirror.
I love her antiques.
Now, is any of this furniture that you know of, is it other than the stove?
I think the stove is the only original, but she's bought, a lot of the antiques have history, just not with this family.
Alright, so
I guess that door stays open across the hall.
so we said we don't remember anything really happening in here.
No,
Holly, the owner of the Cottonwood, thank you so much for letting us do this, by the way.
you're so welcome.
You said that somebody did die in here.
There, and back
In here.
In here.
And it was one of the
One of the brothers.
brothers?
Either Ben or Andy,
Okay.
who passed away, and I'm not exactly sure, but as far as I know that they shared this room when it had just 2 twin beds. It didn't look like this, obviously, didn't have the bathroom. And one passed away back here, and one passed away in the living room.
In the living room.
And the nurse died in what room? The very end?
The trillium.
Oh, the front one. And they were putting food, right? Like they didn't know she was dead in
Yeah.
her room?
Right, exactly.
We're talking about like the creepy stuff of this, guys, but if you ever want to rent this out for like a wedding or something, like
Or
This is a pretty cool.
another group wanting to come do
Yeah,
something.
you check it out. You can use it for multiple things. You saw how beautiful it is.
Yeah, I have a whole group of girls coming here the end of November for a whole weekend.
So we're here. If you guys are wondering the time, we're actually here Halloween weekend right now. So we're just after. I would say we're just past the peak colors.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of barren trees, but still a lot of cool color up here.
Yeah.
Oop. Okay, so that was the Rowan.
To the right. Yeah, these light switches are crazy. Yep, up there's 2 rooms, and then we'll go to all the other rooms.
So these are.
The first top of this is a trillium room. You're gonna walk up to the trillium room.
Oh, is this just like a common area here?
The what?
Oh no, this is the Trillium room.
Yeah, this is a trillium.
So you said this is where the nurse passed away then?
Yes, this is where, as far as I know, her name was Blanche, and this is where she passed away.
So was like a bed like always over there? Would it have been?
You know, I don't know that the room was empty when I bought the house. There was no furniture in the house, so I'm not exactly sure if she had these 2 rooms adjoining. I just know that this was the room that she passed away in.
This is a creepy room. This is where we are.
So you guys are.
And those 2 beds, however, the big bed in the creepy room is open, Josh.
Wasn't this the one where
Yeah.
the one that was with us got scratched
Scratched.
last time?
On this bed right here, if you're feeling brave.
Because we said that the atmosphere up here was a lot heavier.
Yeah, right now it's good though.
So what happened, guys, was last time we were out here, when I told you we came out here like 10 years ago, one of the reasons that we had to all leave is because the person that was with us, somebody didn't like her that was from the other side, and she got scratched. And I remember you yelling towards me, go get my crystals, go get my crystals.
Yeah.
That happened
We
right here.
watched it appear because her leg started hurting and like she lifted up and we could see it appear when it was happening.
So which room is this one?
This is the Cottonwood.
So this is the one that you 2 are staying in, you and Dawn.
Right there.
Tammy just said that they think that one of these closets is a portal. Is it that portal?
That little closet to the side of the bed where I'm sleeping.
Yes, over time, they do see something coming from.
And she crawls into bed sometimes.
The little girl crawls into the bed?
No,
Really?
only in the Rowan room.
Oh, that's where you're at.
He's in the Monarch.
I don't know. Do you think I should go in that room or the room across the...
I think you should sleep in the other one, where the body was. I think you need to sleep in the back part though. And that's where the little kid supposedly goes into a room. If you want the full effect, you can't have the sissy room when Dawn and I have the room from.
Well, now that we know something creepy is going on in there, I think that's only fair.
Yeah, it is fair.
The 3 rooms that I've heard the most reports are Cottonwood, Rowan, Sunset. Are the 3 rooms.
Where did you have your dreams at?
Oh gosh, that was so long ago. Hold on, I gotta think about what room I was staying in when that happened. I think I was in the Rowan room. I think I was staying.
What was it?
So they're-
I didn't hear this.
That was about the little girl.
Oh,
I
okay,
had
okay,
a
yeah,
very
yeah,
vivid
yeah.
dream about a little girl who lived in the closet.
What? This closet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my EVP session today.
And that she was in my dream. I mean, it was very vivid. I was just telling somebody this today that it's like so vivid. I can recall it still to this. Like, she called me on the phone, not the cell phone, but a landline, and said that she lived upstairs and that she was a little girl that lived in the closet, and that she wanted to know what we were doing downstairs for the New Year's Eve party, because if we wanted to come up and I'm getting goosebumps. If we wanted to come up and join her, she would be happy to have us be part of her party.
See,
up
that would
here.
explain why I feel that's a portal. That little girl's coming and going through that door.
That totally just gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Have you had any other experiences other than what you just talked about and what we experienced back the last time I was here? Have you had anything maybe when you're here alone that's happened or?
I haven't been here a lot by myself recently. I now have more people who help me here, but Kaya talks about a cat. She talks about a ghost cat all the time. She's like, I keep seeing that dang cat come through. I had a lady over Labor Day weekend who stayed in this room who had a lot to tell me. She said something was tugging on her feet, that something was standing over her, that telling me that she kept hearing traffic the first night. That was what she started out with telling me.
The cars?
Yeah.
And you really can't hear anything from up here because it's
and we don't have traffic. And then the next day, I came back and I said, okay, well, how did it go now? And she said, well, I had a really bad dream about somebody breaking their arm, getting thrown down the stairs, and that there was
Basement.
down in the basement, and that there was little orbs were little, I don't, she said they like had little tentacles and they glowed in the dark and they were in the walls.
If I sleep downstairs, I could be getting some Ben and Andy action down
Yeah,
there.
so this is a sunset.
Oh, this is right. I know that we're gonna get more into the history of it, but was it basically like the Rowan's home, and then it became a boarding house?
Because all of this they worked, like they had workers, and at some point they let boarders stay up above. Yes.
Okay. This is the neck breaker. Now I probably know how the nurse died.
She died in her room though.
Oh. Oh, and we're back out in the.
So this is the book that I'm in
Oh, is that the
with the authors.
Yeah, Kathleen and
Kat
yeah.
and Bev.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the one that we did, and so
And it was with these two that you got that really strong EVP, right?
yes.
All right, guys, so I'm getting my stuff out of the car, and I'm gonna actually set up in the Rowan room where one of the brothers was found dead. You know, we were talking to Holly, the owner, and she said people have reported things happening within that room. So I felt safer sleeping in the Monarch where the mother is said to be with the cool music, but nope. Now I'm gonna go into the room where somebody died, where people hear kid voices and people have really weird dreams. So that's gonna be interesting, but before we do that, we'll get to the investigation as well. So now it's literally, officially just the three of us here at the Cottonwood
Or is it?
Inn. Or is it? So what we want to do is get some outside shots. We call it B-roll, just so we can have some interesting video for you. But while we're outside for about 10 minutes, I want to do a silent session inside the house. So nobody's going to be in the house. And what I've done is, in this room here, this is where one of the brothers died. We've got the REM pod set up in here, a cat ball, and I've got a video camera that's going to be locked on that while we're outside. So if something happens, remember, we are not going to be in here. but as we're sitting here, kind of in the little living room area, we just heard a huge thump coming from the basement.
Yeah, it
And-
vibrated my feet over here and her feet way over there.
Yeah,
Remember
that
in
vibrated the
basement?
entire house. That was creepy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Also, when I walked in, I forgot to say that that cat ball right there was going off. I thought it was because when I walked in, I thought maybe it was from stomping on the floor, but I didn't even walk that hard, and you can see that thing's not even going off. That's crazy. What we decided we're going to do to start everything off officially is just have a normal conversation with the family, because we are in their living room, we're in their house.
We are.
And the toys we're going to be using, I call them toys, is we got our REM pod. I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera or not, but there's a temperature. Actually, we should probably turn the temperature on for us to see because the camera can't see it. The REM pod, basically, it's touch. You have to touch it or something has to touch it to go off. We got the K2, again, we explained that. That's basically any type of energy.
Yeah.
Would set that one off. And then motion with the cat balls. If you guys watched the video from the jail, you saw these going absolutely nuts. I don't remember, did we get these going at the school?
No.
I don't think we did.
No, they did not. Where's your flashlight?
Oh, yes. Hang on a second. Good call.
Because they're very farm, so they would use lanterns and lights and.
So, since these are old school people, since this is an old farm, we're trying to do things that they might know how to use. So, for the EVP session, we're going to be using the analog tape recorder instead of the digital. We understand that the mother, do we know her name?
Yeah, Randy.
Randy?
Or I don't know if it's pronounced Rondi or Randy. It's R-A-N-D-I.
So, her room is over here. And at the very beginning when we got here, I said that's where I was going to be set up tonight. Although I'm not. Now I'm going over here because we found out one of the brothers died in there.
And a little girl crawls in bed supposedly with people.
That's a little weird. We heard music coming from that room the last time we were here, last time I was here. So we're going to go old school for EVPs. This is a new method that I picked up that I really like doing, and we did this one at the school.
Oh, that
And
one was creepy.
our flashlight session. So what we'll do is we'll ask some questions. The flashlight will either go on or off if there's somebody in here that wants to talk. They should know how to use it. If they don't, we're going to explain that to them, because we're just having a regular conversation with them as if we're guests in their house, which, again, we are. So I want to put this somewhere where...
Did you hear that?
I did not hear anything. What was it?
In that room?
What did it
There
sound
is.
like?
I put the flashlight in that room and aim it out this way.
Okay, and then we'll be able to see that.
Just because something just banged in there.
All right.
And you were talking about the mom and the music. Because we'll be able to see it, and it'll pick up if it comes. Can you see? Turn that on and see if Dawn can see it. Can you see when that comes on? Okay.
As I was setting up, because I said, hey, we got to get this on camera, the cat ball went off.
And we were talking about the mother playing music when I heard the bang.
Let me see if I get a good shot.
Because it's freezing in there now.
I'll have to sit here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Isn't it?
I can
Dawn?
see
You
it from
need
right
to
here.
walk in there
And it
feel
is
that.
cold. It's cold in here as well, you guys.
It is freezing in there.
So,
You need to walk in there and feel that. That was not like that earlier.
Oh, wow.
yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Hold on. Keep that in here really quick. I'm just going to hold that next to it. I'm going to go grab the other flashlight.
That was crazy because you were talking about the mom and I heard the bang in here. And then that cat, you seen we were out here when that cat ball went off. I realized
It's
not
going
that-
off. It's going off.
It's going off.
Oh, my God.
Mom. Mom's here.
How do you say the last name again?
Rowan.
Rowan?
Rowan's here. And it is freezing in this room, you guys. Come on, Mama. Can you come back and push the cat ball again? We'd love being a guest in your house. It's freezing.
Push this down. It was weird.
What happened?
This wasn't like,
Something moved your camera?
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
it was off.
Oh my gosh. Something moved his camera. You had it all fixed, Josh. You had it all zoomed
I did. I
in.
had it all set, didn't I?
Yeah. Because you were talking and then I heard the bang.
And you were excited of the angle it was for the chairs.
turn this light on up here?
No?
No.
Is it on again?
It's going off again. It's going off.
again.
This is messed up.
It is going off. You asked if we turned the light on and the cat ball went off. I had the light off.
No way.
Yes.
Because I don't remember that.
It was not on when you were over there and did the camera. And you said, did you guys
Here,
turn
let
the
me see.
lights
Yeah,
on?
real
And
quick.
I said, oh.
It's going off again.
Yes. And I asked if you, every time we talk about the light, it goes off. It is freezing
Miss
in
Rowan,
here.
are you okay with us being here?
Are you happy? Do you like the lights? Yeah, she's happy.
happy.
The lights are on. This is crazy.
So,
You asked about the lights in the camera and that ball started going off when you said, did you guys turn that lights on? We didn't touch the lights, Josh.
Miss Rowan,
Yes.
every time is this Miss Rowan we're talking to? There's another light right next to you. If you want to just touch that black flashlight. And I know you're really liking that flashy lights. I know they're really pretty. Wow. She's loving that.
Yeah. And we've demonstrated earlier, these don't just come on. You got to touch them.
Especially it's on a bed.
Yeah, and it's
And the
soft
bed is
and quilted.
Yes. Now, are you okay with us being in your house? You can just light it up. If you want us to leave, maybe turn the flashlight on if you want us to leave.
She's happy. You're happy we're here, right? Is it you that plays the music? I'm trying to watch behind us, in front of us, but I heard
I know,
the banging in here. And it is cold in here.
It is.
It's like an ice box in
Yeah.
here. Yes, it's cold in here.
Yeah. Was that you downstairs?
That's going quite long.
Yeah.
You sure you don't want to stay in here?
You might be switching rooms.
I'll tell you, I feel more comfortable in here than I do in there.
I mean, that's going longer than normal.
Yeah.
Should Josh sleep in here? Can you make that little ball go pretty if you'd like him to come in here and sleep with you tonight?
I mean, I'm a mama's boy. My mom is sleeping out in the carriage house. That doesn't sound very nice.
That was cold. And the hallway light, that's the second time. I turned it off once and it came back on by the time I got, yes, they're messing with the lights. I know I shut that off.
Every time you bring the light up.
I shut that off, went outside, and it was back on by the time I got outside.
And the camera, too. So the camera that I have set up on the tripod over there was like pointed down. Remember, I had it just set up.
Yeah. And I heard the banging in here. And then it was cold, and then the cat ball started going off.
Miss Rowan, do you want to play with the flashlight at all?
Can you play your music?
Was that you turning the lights on in the hallway? So we invite you to have a conversation because we were going to sit down and get everybody together here in the family room.
Yeah.
Is that what that is? The family room? We were going to get everybody together and have a talk and...
We'll leave you the cat ball and the flashlight. We'll take the other out there. Because you seem to like the cat ball.
All right, we're going to go back out to the living room, the family room. If you want to come with us, we'd love for you to join. Where's the light switch at on this?
And the doorway. Oh, there's the light switch. You said that. The
What?
light just came on.
The light?
Said light switch.
Holy